What's up, guys? I'm sitting here with Nehemiah. She's holding baby rabbits. So we still have 10 baby rabbits, and as you can see, they've gotten much bigger. Their eyes are open. This white one is actually bigger than the black one. Now just woke up from the couch. How do you feel? You sick? No? Well, when you sounding like that, you sound like you're sick. Let me turn you around and show you. So I don't know if you could tell, but the white one is actually fatter than the black one, but they're both so cute. They're sleeping right now. I actually just came from the post office about 15 minutes ago. So, funny story. I actually, I placed an order for all of my meat chickens, and like my egg layers, because I wanted the Isa Browns. If you're not familiar with them, there are a farm breed that the Isa Browns are like a farm breed that you would keep to, like, if you want to sell eggs. And since we started getting in the egg business, I thought it would be cool to have like a hybrid production type chicken, and so I ordered 25 of them in January, and then I ordered all my meat chickens in succession because Cornish cross take 8 weeks to process. So I ordered one starting in February, and then I counted 8 weeks from there, and then I took a week off, and then on the 9th week I ordered my next order of Cornish cross. Well, my next order of Cornish cross is meeting up with my first order of Cornish cross, because if you guys watched that video where I told you that all of my chickens from my first order that I got in February all died, and so the company actually replaced my whole 25 chickens, but they just got in the mail like last week. So now I have 50 chickens. So I'm actually going to end up, I spoke to some people at my church that said that they would actually buy some processed chicken from me when it comes to time to process, because I do not think that I'll have space in my freezers to have 50 butchered chickens in there. You know, and I'm not sure because we've never done it. I was only expecting to have 25 at a time, but with 50 at a time, and I didn't want to pass up on the opportunity to get the order. And so yeah, so now we have 50 meat chickens, 25 that just came today, and then yesterday we had our Isa Browns come yesterday. So I'm going to turn you around and show you right now. We have about 50 chickens. I did give away or sell 4 to a friend of mine of the Isa Brown. They were looking for new egg layers. The egg layers, they are produced, they're supposed to lay 300 plus eggs a year. So with that being said, with 50 new chickens, I actually ended up making a new brooder with using a kiddie pool, because I went to Tractor Supply to use like the brooders that they use, like the metal ones, but they were like $150, and I was thinking about it, and the chickens inside of my garage, some of them are going to start going out soon, and I will have more space. So I was just thought in the meantime I'll actually use this kiddie pool, which is what I've done. So right now the yellow ones are the Cornish cross that just came in the mail today, and then the brown ones are like the Isa Brown egg layer ones, and so they've only been in here since yesterday and then today, but they all look healthy, drinking, eating, moving. And I'll take you in the garage and show you those chickens. That's about probably, I think there's probably about 50 to 60, I want to say, chickens in there, because I have the 25 Cornish cross that came last week, and then all of the chickens that I hatched as well, which was probably like 35. So I think I have about 60 chickens inside of the garage, which they've gotten so big, and some of them, like I said, is like, will start going out. We're gonna have to start building brooders here soon, because we do have one chicken tractor back there right now, but the rest of them are gonna have to start going in the next, you know, few weeks. You want to bring them out when they're about like 6 weeks. We'll need definite brooders. So let me show you the chickens in the garage. So yesterday, I'm gonna have to change that. Yesterday we changed out their waterer and their feeders, and gave them to the chickens that are in the pool. But you can see like this big white fat one right there and that big fat white one back there, those are the American breasts that I got from the Naked Gardeners that they sent me to hatch. And then there's some other big ones that I hatched at the same time back there. They can start going out. And then the smaller yellow ones, like that one right there, is the Cornish cross that came last week, which is a little bit bigger, you can tell, than the ones up. And that one just flew up there, so you can tell they're starting to get their wings. So I'm out here by the rabbit cages because I'm cleaning up underneath their hutch, getting all the rabbit manure, because we do have containers. We do have 5 of these containers. I used these containers last year to plant in, but since I didn't need them anymore, I put them underneath the rabbit hutches to catch rabbit manure, but a lot of it falls to the back or to the side because it doesn't completely fill up. I have a 5th one right there that didn't have holes, and so it was filled with water because it did rain, so I just emptied that. But the girls and I just scraped up all of the rabbit manure, and I was actually thinking about adding some, instead of like putting this straight into the garden, I was actually thinking about maybe putting a few of the red wiggler worms that I have from my worm composting bin in a few of each of the containers, and then putting this plywood down at the bottom. So like putting this plywood down at the bottom and then putting the containers back onto the plywood, and then putting a few red wigglers in there, because it has the rabbit manure, but then it also has like leaves that were around, and I can add some more leaves in here to make it conducive to where the worms would want to stay. But I thought it would be a good idea because I've read about having rabbits, keeping rabbits and worms, or keeping like rabbits and chickens together to kind of like have a symbiotic relationship. And although you can put rabbit manure straight into the garden, they're still inside the little like rabbit poops. And so I thought like maybe having the compost worms in there, they might be able to break it down further and turn it into like compost, like what you saw yesterday's, where the goat's coming this way. I let Winona free and she's made her way, where is she? Made her way right there. But yeah, kind of, she never eats what I want her to eat. Like I want her to eat all of like the grass and stuff that's growing there, and she always comes over to this side where I have dogwoods, which is poisonous to goats. So we have to just watch her. But anyway, so right now the girls went and got some wood chips that we're going to put down because the soil back here is really, we scraped it bare, and so I'm going to add some wood chips. I already added some right there. That's the mom. Let's see. Okay. All of the babies back there. There's 3 white and 7 black ones. Mama and her baby. I just remembered that I had this container inside of my hoop house that I was going to use to plant lettuce in last year, and I had filled it to the top, or the girls did, with leaves, but now it's obviously composted down. So I'm thinking about using this to put all of the rabbit manure and all of the weeds that the girls picked yesterday, and mixing it all together, and then adding it all to this bin. Yeah, add it all to this bin. And Naya, can you rake some of this leaves and you can put it here? So we're gonna add everything into this bin. Okay, so you see how we got everything set up. So all of the buckets are at the back, and then I'm going to leave this big one towards the front. What we did was add some peat moss in there because some of the buckets that we emptied were a little wet, more wet. And then Nehemiah has this container that we have of the worms, and I am going to add them into here, and we'll see if they multiply. We're only going to add a handful. So we're just going to add this handful of worms right here. You could sprinkle it over the top. Okay, so they all fell right there. There's probably looks like 50, I would say, worms. Gonna mix them in, and then we'll see if they multiply. We'll have to check back on this in a few weeks. Right now, I have one of these racks that go on our metal racks that I have put on. I'm gonna put this across the top of my new worm bin. And I'm also doing this because I'm leaving to go to the conference. Although it's only a day, I wouldn't be able to put all of this compost down, but I did need to clean the rabbit containers. And then it's also experiment to see, you know, last time I added rabbit poop to my other worm bin, the worms multiplied. And so I'm hoping that to doing this again, it will be the same thing. And all of the weeds that we put in there, it's a good way to compost those weeds if it works. So I'll definitely have to check back in with you guys. Let me put this on top. So we got that finished. I'm gonna go inside, wash my hands. We have to pick up my son from school. Whew. I'm so happy about that. And it didn't rain on us. It's actually was supposed to rain today. And it didn't, so that was really good. I will see you guys after the conference. I don't know if I will film because I'm gonna be speaking, and then after that I'll probably just be like walking around and enjoying myself, and then I'm gonna teach the kids. So I don't know how much filming I'll get done. Maybe I'll be on Instagram, so you'll definitely see this before Saturday. So you can check out my Instagram, which is faithfamilyhomestead_, and I'll probably post to my stories more than do a video, but we shall see. But until next time, I'll see you guys on my next video.